Good morning, everyone in the Derby universe. I am B Nimble. I am here with
the New Jersey Knight. Hello, everyone.
And we are about to bring you Team Maine versus Team Virginia from Battle of the All-Stars 2020. First off, let's pay some bills. The New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you. With 7 different lengths and pockets, she is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options. She's got you covered. Please see sociopath.ca/nerd for 10% off your next order. We are just 2.5 minutes away from this contest. I'm going to go ahead and read to you the skaters that are skating for Team Maine today. It is going to be number 143, Stunflower, number 1031, Dottie Danger, number 1200, Tammy Gun, number 22, Hard Dash, number 212, and the captain of Team Maine, Head of Flame, number 31, Velocity Raptor, number 39, Sketchy Lou Weasel, number 491, Jumpy McGee, number 500, Beth Saltz, number 60, Boudica, number 80, Bounty from the County, number 8772, Hits and Giggles, 8915, Meowing 'em Down, number 9, T-Rex, number 93, Crumb, and number 925, Craziness.
And for Team Virginia, we got number 1, Psycho Joia, number 16, Ice Tees, 011, River Strong, 178, Raven Darkhold, 1883, Scoriental Express, number 19, Angry Penguin, 211, Pretty Gritty, number 23, Blaxican Ninja, 247, Swiss Spanker, number 33, T, number 42, Country Jan, number 47, Skate Monster, number 378, Riding Dirty, number 63, Shank, number 7, The Kiss of Death, Smack Mamba, number 85, Eternal Glam Nation, 854, Sayonara, number 90, Cannibal Kitty, number 99, McNightmare, and 999, Pew Pew Pew, it's Reagan.
Nice. So these two teams, I don't know that they've met, at least recently. Maine got here by losing to Florida last night. Go ahead, tell me what you have here.
Maine started out yesterday by beating Vermont, but losing to Florida. And Virginia got here by losing to Texas, number 4 Texas. Also to say, this is the 10 seed Virginia versus the 14 seed Maine.
Yeah, and I will say I was running camera for the Virginia game versus Texas last night. Virginia really holding their own in the first half against a very strong Texas team. So we're looking for them to come out strong today for sure. Team Maine is not underestimating this Virginia team. We had a meeting late last night to talk about prep. So both of these teams coming in here to play hard, to win. And we're just going to have to see how it shakes out.
Yes, a lot of familiar faces for Team Virginia if you've been watching Battle of the All-Stars for the past several years, but a lot of new faces as well. So I'd like to see just exactly how the new players mesh well with the veterans.
Yeah, and what's so nice about Battle of the All-Stars is that you have skaters from multiple leagues within the state able to skate together when they might not otherwise have the opportunity. All right, we are just waiting for that starting whistle. Time to Derby is now.
All right, looks like we got number 7, Smack Mamba, up for Team Virginia.
And for Maine, it's Dottie Danger is going to start off things as the jammer of record for Team Maine.
And just like to apologize to those listening, we are at turn 1 here, so we can't really see the skaters' names. So it might be a delayed reaction, just exactly who is jamming.
And that is first lead of the game to Virginia.
That's Smack Mamba with the first lead jam status of the game.
Dottie Danger with a lovely little spin move, shrugging off a hit there on the inside line, but recycled back.
And while that was all happening on the outside lane, Smack Mamba with no resistance takes 4 and puts him up on the board.
Yeah, the pack is moving pretty quickly here. We are approaching turn 3. I hear the Team Maine bell ringing in the corner there. Dottie Danger out of the pack now. A little bit of jammer on jammer action.
Little jammer love, jammer on jammer love right there.
And that's going to help Virginia. Hopefully, I'm sure they're hoping to pick up just a couple of points. And 3. So that was 2 scoring trips, 3 scoring trips for Virginia, starting things off with 11 points.
11 total off the jump in that first minute of the game. For those who are maybe tuning in, no derby, and these are only 40-minute bouts, 2 20-minute periods. Instead of 7 penalties and you're ejected, 5 penalties and you're ejected, 2 timeouts per period, and
that's hard. Dash on the line here, trying to use Crumb, and does use Crumb to get through the pack first. Lead jam status goes to Maine. So 1 apiece so far. Head of Flame giving the business to the Virginia jammer. That's number 47, Skate Monster, but unfortunately heads to the box. Dash, of course, on a scoring pass here for Team Maine.
And Skate Monster gets out on her initial as approaching the pack. Dash has to call that off. Not before putting up 4 points up on the board.
Yeah, that was a quick hit it and quit it there. Very efficient jam for Maine. Head of Flame sits in the box as a blocker here, so it will be a pack advantage to Virginia. Meowing them down on the line for Maine.
And on the line for Team Virginia, that is Ice Teas.
Here we go. Jam number 3 of this contest between Team Maine and Team Virginia. We have a slower moving start here for Meowing them down, but Meow able to do a little move on the outside to get around the Virginia blocker, secures lead for Maine.
And it looks like we got a star pass there to 178 Raven Darkhold. She is your new jammer on record.
And another super quick hit it and quit it for Maine. Another 4 go up. That's 2 leads so far for Maine, 1 for Virginia. It's an 11 to 8 point start here. That is a close. That is a 1-pass situation.
Yes. The first game of the day was a very close one. Maybe this will be our next close, exciting game, as it looks like we got number 90 Cannibal Kitty for Virginia.
And we have Stunflower on the track in white. Of course, Maine is wearing white and Virginia is wearing black for this contest. Stunflower, their first time jamming here tonight for Team Maine. Unfortunately, though, heads to the box on a track to a well-timed and played drawback by Virginia. First power jam of the game. I believe that there will not be anyone available for lead jam status here because, of course, Maine's jammer went to the box and Virginia's jammer took their helmet cover off.
And for a moment there, it was on the floor. It came right off the top of her head. Looks like she's trying to do a star pass successfully, and that is number 85. Eternal Glam Nation.
Yeah, and that's an interesting choice there for Virginia. It was only about it was more than a minute of the jam still left to complete that pass. Stunflower out of the box, able to complete the initial trip. Not before, though, Virginia puts 4 up. Now the pack is gonna move things along here, hoping to score some points.
We got a speedy pack, 40 seconds left in the jam. This is going the full 2 minutes cardio time.
Trading points are Stunflower and the jammer of record, Eternal Glam Nation for Virginia. We're over in turn 3 at a standstill. Nice job by Crumb to recycle the Virginia jammer back, making them come in behind. Stunflower, a 1v1, nice top of the pack defense by Virginia. Yeah, Crumb having an incredible jam here. Really single-handedly doing a phenomenal job on the Virginia jammer.
And it looks like River Strong and Ray Gun from Virginia on their way to the penalty box. So a 5-on-3 advantage here for Team Maine.
And that was a 12-8 jam in favor of Virginia. So really, they were trading points. It's a 4-point differential toward Virginia in that, but they traded 8 points together, and then Virginia was able to secure the extra 4.
As Black Skin Ninja NT, the remaining blockers as Smack Mamba, 1 left to beat, giving her the business, and she makes it through on the inside lane, her second lead jammer.
100% so far, I think.
Yes, 2 for 2.
Dottie Danger, these both are micro packs here.
Smack Mamba with a big hit and immediately goes down, holding her side, had to call it off.
Oh, dear.
And looks like she got the wind knocked out of her.
Yep.
She's talking out with the medics. And we are going to talk about some vendors here.
Please
Spank
do.
Alley, the only fully adjustable roller derby armbands on the market. They also ship worldwide. Check them out at www.spankalley.com.au.
So I think I wasn't able to see exactly. I think that Black Mamba was able to call it off, so it wasn't called for
No.
medical.
She called it off as she was going down to the ground, but she did call it off.
Because, for folks watching at home, we run under Battle of the All-Stars is not a WFTDA tournament, but we do run under that rule set, aside from the time thing. We'll just call it that.
Time thing.
The time thing. So would have to sit 3, I think, still if she had not called it and the officials had to call it for injury.
Right. But as soon as she hit, she knew she was she got the wind knocked out of her, so she was calling it off as she was taking a knee.
Hard Dash takes a shirt whip off of T-Rex and gets lead jam status
And
for
that's Skate Monster wearing the star for Virginia.
That is Dash's second time getting lead for Team Maine.
Skate Monster threw on her initial dash, working with 4 points going into this jam.
Releases Tammy Gun from the box and then smartly calls it after another 4 points for Dash.
Another hit it and quit it.
Yeah, 26 Virginia, 20 Maine. We have ourselves a match.
We got a close one, and that's always a good thing.
Somebody on the live stream said Dottie Danger in all capitals.
In all capitals, so it has to be like, you have to say it loud if it's all in
well,
caps.
Dottie Danger, of course, played for Boston for a long time, plays for Casco Bay in Maine now, and has joined Team Maine this year. Meowing him down, lead jam for Maine.
Down, lead jammer and Ice-T's out there for Team Virginia. Recycled all the way to the back. Gets helped by Raven Darkhold.
So Maine has an opportunity potentially in this jam to have a lead change. We'll see how Meow does. That's 4 up so far. 24-26 in favor of Virginia, but maybe not for long.
Ice-T's finally through on her initial after lots of hard work. Team Maine made her earn it.
It's actually going to be 3 more points for Maine. That's 7 total for Meow and I'm down. We have a 1-point game. And Maine just chipping away, right? No big jams, just 4 here, 4 there. That was 7. We had 1 8-point jam, but of course that was offset by a 12-point jam in the same one for Virginia.
Yes, Smack Mamba is the official timeout. She is wearing the stars, but she is the one with the most in one jam. That was the very first jam, Jam 1 with 11 points. She's your point leader with 14.
A little bit of confusion. I think it may very well be what I was talking. No, I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but in any case, we see somebody headed to the penalty box.
That's Country Jam headed to the penalty box.
It gives us an opportunity to talk to you about the penalty box, which is sponsored by Apex Skate Shop, which has a location in this building in Hatfield, Pennsylvania. But you can also find them on the web at www.apexskateshop.com.
So Skate Monster is wearing the star as Smack had to go take a seat. She had to sit out a few more jams. And she gets lead jam status. Skate Monster, her first of the game.
So that brings me back to the point we were discussing.
It looks like she did have to sit out a few.
Yeah, okay. So we made the observation, but we're incorrect. It's Black Mamba was not able to call that jam off for injury, and so had
Even
to
though
sit.
it looked like she was calling it off. I guess they deemed she needs to take a few jams to sit out for medical. And Skate Monster puts 4 up on the board, puts Virginia back in the lead, 30-27 as we approach the halfway point of period number 1.
That's right. And lead statuses are fairly split for these two teams, for Maine and Virginia. I think it may even be right down the middle, 4-4. It's an official review, it looked like, by Maine. Was the signal I saw, or maybe it's a team timeout for Maine. Maine is gonna potentially, switch up lines here. Maybe doing some jammer matching. The line to the jammer is my guess. Maine will start with this jam with a 1 blocker advantage. Hard Dash, of course, lining up as she likes to do, pretty far behind the jam start line. Looking at the Twitch feed, thanks to Chad from Nerd Derby for hanging with us. Talking to Sparks and Rec, who's a good friend of mine. Hi Sparks. That whistle means we are about to get back. Yes, we are. 5 seconds has been called. Virginia 30, Maine 27, Hard Dash, and T.
T's first time out wearing the star for Virginia. And she makes quick work and takes lead jam status. First time out there, 1 for 1 for T.
Dash, of course, takes the helmet cover off and stashes it to get out of the pack quickly. T with a little maneuver and a backwards skate through the pack for 4, a quick 4. If I had to guess right now, I would say that Virginia is going to start peppering in some of their really strong jammers to try and open this up, and so we'll see what Maine can do defensively against that.
And maybe give Smack Mamba a few more minutes to catch her breath.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, we got timeout Maine.
Interesting. I am curious about that. I'm curious about that coaching choice here, because there are not any more timeouts for Maine. No clock stoppages.
They still have their official review if they want to use that as a timeout.
Well, do they?
According to the scoreboard,
according to that scoreboard, they do, yeah. So they can use an official review. You know, if I was coaching right now, I would have maybe used the official review instead of the timeout here, because you can use an official review as a timeout.
Absolutely.
And then you wouldn't lose, right? Because you're going to lose it at halftime anyway. So, but I'm not sure what exactly is going on for Team Maine here. They're doing great so far, I will say, against Virginia, 34-27.
Few lead changes there, so it looks like we got ourselves a really close, tight game if we get these, like you said, we can hit and quit at 4 in, 4 out.
All right, meowing him down, a familiar face. Meow had a phenomenal first game against Vermont
and it looks
yesterday.
like we got Country Jam, number 42 for Virginia. Remember, say it how she says it, just don't spell it how she spells it.
Okay. Okay, got it. All right, so meowing him down is at the front against a front wall by Virginia. Country Jam very much back and forth. We have Head of Flame, T-Rex, And Crumb and Jumpy. What a phenomenal line there of blockers for Maine, of allowing Meow to get lead jam status for Maine.
Star pass to the pivot, and that is number 85, Eternal Glam Nation. All while this is happening, Meow Down takes lead jam status for the second time.
Third
time.
The third time for Meow there at what, and I was saying yesterday, Meow keeping it 100, so that is 100% lead for Meow. That's another 4-point jam for Maine, bringing it to 34 Virginia, 31 Maine, with just over 8 minutes left in this period. We are entering jam number 10.
And with that, Meow Down, that last jam, she's your point leader with 15, going up now the former point leader, Smack Mama, back out there with 14 points.
Dottie Danger for Maine. Dottie Danger has had trouble getting lead, but does secure lead for Maine. That's 2 leads in a row here for Maine.
First one for Dottie Danger. Smack Mamba makes her way through the pack. She is on her initial scoring pass here for Dottie Danger.
Dottie gonna risk it, try and make sure she secures that final 4th point, and does. Another hit and quit. We have a lead change.
Another lead change. I like it.
So Maine now at 35, Virginia at 34. Once again, these are only 40-minute games, 20-minute halves.
5-minute intermission as opposed to the 10 to 15 that we're used to.
Jumpy exclamation point from her husband, as I know. All right, Stunflower on the line, wearing the hat with the star for Maine.
We got number 47, Skate Monster, back out there for Virginia.
Bounty from the county goes in and does a nice, what we call a shark bite, to try and help Stunflower get out of the pack.
Nice little spin move with the last one from Maine as Skate Monster takes lead jam status, her second of the game.
Maine and Virginia really trading those leads, trading the points, and the score shows it. Here we go. We are between turns 2 and 3. Virginia blocker headed to the penalty box.
That is pretty gritty. On the way to the penalty box. Sorry, we did not get why, the call.
We are in a, Sketchy Louisel with a raucous hit on Skate Monster. An additional 3 points are picked up, so that's a 7-0 jam in favor of Virginia.
Another lead change, and Virginia up by 6, 41-35. Just under 6 minutes left in the first period.
And we see Virginia now running Black Mamba, just sandwiched with one jam in between. So Black Mamba, Skate Monster, Black Mamba, Smack Mamba. I'm sorry. We are stopped. Our clock has stopped. It's going to be an official timeout.
I heard delay a game by the official, so Captain Country Jam going back in. Oh, the door. We've had issues with the doors because this is not just a skating rink. This is a hockey rink here in Hatfield, Pennsylvania. For safety reasons, we need the doors shut, and when they are not shut when the whistle blows, it is a delay game, and the captain has to go serve the penalty.
Hard dash against facing a 2-wall of Virginia is able to get lead. Jumpy's headed to the penalty box. Smack Mamba is against a hard wall. Raptor, Hedda, Crumb able to draw Smack Mamba back. A very small pack here for Virginia of 1.
Now Pretty Gritty finally rejoins, helping out Raven Darkhold.
So that was a little collision, but it was between 2 skaters skating for Maine. So same team, no penalty. Velocity Raptor hits Smack Mamba out of bounds.
And Country Jam recycling dash all the way to the back.
I hear maybe some complaints from on the track about penalties. Of course, everyone here is a volunteer. Our officials are phenomenal and doing a great job with a lot of games.
We have 11 games today. This is the third one of day 2 of Battle of the All-Stars 2020 as Dash makes her way through.
And Dash doing a really nice job of testing the seam of those 2 Virginia blockers, able to split it with a push and a spin move. This is going to be Dash's most points in a jam. That's 12, 3 scoring trips so far for Hard Dash and Maine. It's going to be another lead change. That is the 4th scoring trip for Maine.
As T returns from the penalty box, and that penalty box is empty, so we are at full strength 5-on-5.
And as we might have guessed, T has been wearing the pivot for the whole this whole jam because I would assume it was looking to get that helmet cover pass. Finally, it is completed, but not before Dash can pick up an additional 3. That's 19-0 jam for Maine. That is the highest jam of the game for either team, both
for either
teams.
team, and also that is the game's point leader, Dash, with 27 points.
So Team Maine should be feeling really good right now.
Let's see if they can build on that momentum.
Yeah. Certainly a 19-0 jam is a momentum builder. Meow and I'm down going to try and carry that momentum forward literally into a 3-wall of Virginia blockers.
As we got Skate Monster wearing the star for Virginia, see if she can put an end to said momentum by Maine.
But Meow gets drawn back, and sometimes for jammers, that's actually the best thing that can happen because it splits the blockers up, and so she's able to do a little bit of a duck and weave through to secure lead for Maine. Now the pack is gonna move. Oh, Meow with a beautiful hop over the leg of one of the Virginia blockers to pick up a quick 4.
Expanding that lead as we approach the 2-minute warning of the first period. 58-41.
Stunflower will take the track for Maine, and T for Virginia.
T had the star passed to her at the end of 2 jams ago, so she wants to start it off here. Little zig and zag in the pack, but hit out of bounds at the last moment there by 2:12 from Maine.
That's Head of Flame. Both blocking packs able to buy their time a little bit to reset. A very split pack right now, but T does secure lead.
She's got lead, but she got hit out of bounds at the last second, so she has to be recycled all the way to the back. We've seen that several times, especially all day yesterday. So
yeah,
she had to make it through twice in order to get lead jammer.
I think that was a little bit of a missed opportunity for Maine because lead was secured by T, and then T was drawn back. I think that Maine could have played really quick offense to get Stun out, even though she wasn't lead, and forced Virginia to call it without getting any points.
We got a star pass there to number 93 on Maine, Crum.
So that is 4 points for Virginia, bringing it 45-58.
And now Virginia is doing the chipping away for one more jam in the first half here.
Rosie, Team Maine skater, says, heck yeah, Team Maine. Also, holy crap, that Maine wall. Yeah. Dash. Skate Monster. 1 in the box for Virginia. Full contingency of blockers. 4 for Maine in white. Both jammers fighting hard, but Hard Dash able to secure lead here. A little bit of info. Hard Dash is battling a cold, so I hope that she's feeling really great about her performance so far. Here goes the pack.
Nothing that'll get you over a cold and a great performance in roller derby here at Battle of the All-Stars. Jam has been called off, and that will do it for this game 4.
Well, just this half. We've got a whole nother half to come. we are going to go into intermission here with Virginia at 45, Maine at 59. I was in team meetings with Team Maine. I would assume they're feeling really good about this first half. What are you thinking about Virginia?
I think Virginia maybe had a little of their jamming rotation that kind of threw a monkey wrench there when Smack Mamba had to go down for a few jams. So now that Smack is feeling a little better, maybe their initial plan of whatever their initial rotation was can get back on track. And as we saw, chipping away, they started to do the chip away, 4 down, 4 in. So I think that the battle of these two teams is going to be just that, with the exception of a few big jams. It has just
one
been
really for just that one 19-point jam for Maine. Both teams doing quick hit it and quit it. We're gonna head out for a couple of minutes. We will rejoin you in about 3 minutes at Battle of the All-Stars 2020 from Hatfield, PA.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay, we are just outside of the beginning of the second half in this contest between Team Virginia and Team Maine. Can you run us down the score right now?
All right, we got Team Maine 59, Team Virginia 45. Go over some of the totals of the jammers. We got our point leader, Hard Dash, with 28. Meowman down at 19th. Smack Mamba with 14. Skate Monster with 11. T with 8. Eternal Glam Nation with 12. Stunflower with 8. Dottie Danger with 4.
And I do want to apologize to Smack Mamba for getting her name incorrect in the first half.
Well, I introduced her one time, and I forgot to introduce her. I introduced the entire team and forgot her, and I still feel bad about that, so don't worry. She's quite forgiving, and she is out there starting the second half.
Maine starting with Dottie Danger, racing the pack, trying to split up the jammers, but it does not work this time for Maine as Smack Mamba is able to get lead. And this is kind of the prediction of what you said, that maybe if they can get back into that rotation, have Smack be a more prolific scorer in the second half.
And seems to be working at the moment, as 4 points easily put up on the board.
And another scoring trip here for Smack Mamba. Dottie having a little bit of trouble with this Virginia wall. It looks like maybe Virginia has figured out Maine's strategy. We'll see. It's only the first jam of the second half. That's 8 so far. A final trip here potentially, unless they decide to run it long, which they very well might. As I say it, that is the call the coach makes. 12-0 for Virginia in this first jam. They must have gotten fired up.
And maybe they're seeing just exactly Smack. That's about the third time she has just very easily cut through on the inside. Maybe the coaches are going, hey, she's doing well, keep it going.
Oh,
we'll
absolutely.
We'll give up a few points for Maine if we can keep getting our 4.
Really, and that was a strong come out for Virginia. 16-20.
No, 20 total.
So that is going to be the highest scoring jam of the game by 1 point. There was a 19-point jam by Dash in the first for Maine. So that kind of equals it out. And now we have a 65-63 game. They kind of, the 20-point and the 19-point cancel each other out.
Now we're back to 4.
Yeah.
You know, 4s and 8s. Looks like we got official review here as we were about to start. But that's also Smack Mamba, the new point leader with 34 points.
Yeah. Well done there for Virginia. Maine just could not get Dottie out, and we're not really trying to stop Mamba. So I do know that is one of their sort of strategies, to kind of go all offense. But in that case, it didn't seem to pay off. We'll see what happens moving forward. In the first half, Maine was.
And it looks like Ray Gun has fouled out.
Oh,
so
wow.
Virginia down a very, very strong blocker in Ray Gun.
Hard Dash jamming for Team Maine. Skate Monster jamming for Virginia. We are in the second period, the second jam of this bout. We are locked in between the jam and pivot line. Oh, Dash almost makes it up on the inside line, but a nice,
that's the pivot tee for Virginia, cycling her all the way to the back.
And
pivot cover on the tee. Realized this pivot cover was on the ground.
Ninja one-on-one v Dash, and really, this has been a slow, for a game that has had a lot of fast-moving packs, this has been slow. We are almost a minute in, and we've barely moved half of a track.
Country Jam returns from the penalty box, and that strong Virginia defense of Raven Darkhold T and Blackskin Ninja keeping Dash at bay.
Yeah, well, defensively, right, this is incredible. That's Head of Flame with a knock to the in on Skate Master. A knock in and down, recycles back to turn 1. Dash looking for some assistance from Jumpy McGee. Jumpy McGee comes to the rescue, but unfortunately is not able to free Dash. As I said, maybe Dash has not been feeling her best. She's had a cold, so had a phenomenal, obviously, the lead point scorer in the first half. And
maybe it's catching up to her, or maybe it is the Virginia defense finally figuring out Hard Dash's strategy. And like I said, that 3-wall of T, Raven, and Ninja, quite hard to get through.
Yeah. Dash puts her hands in the air because she knows that the clock is going to run out before she can score any points. That was a full 2-minute jam.
With only
1
points.
point, 2?
2 points? 1 or 2 points at the end there.
Yeah, I couldn't see whether it was 1 or 2. We are going to start at the pivot line, it looks like. And that was 2 leads in a row. The first 2 jams, Virginia able to do the business of getting lead, getting points. One of them a 20-point jam, one of them maybe a 2, maybe none. I don't know.
I thought I saw fingers go up.
Anyway, we have a multiplayer.
Smack Mamba back out there.
That's
the point
Meow.
leader, and Meow down with her 5th lead jam status, working with 19 points.
Yep, and Meow is just so fast. That's 4 for Meow. Like, Virginia didn't even see her coming. That's sketchy. That's a wall of Sketchy Lou Weasel and Beth Saltz holding Smack Mamba. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do better. Always. Meow looks to the bench.
And we got a star pass there, number 63, Shank.
So far, Meow has 8, going to try and get some more jams. I can see one of the main coaches saying, run it, run it, run it. That's a great coaching strategy, potentially, when you have the pivot who has received the star because, you know, at least it's not the jammer.
Right, but a pivot is always a jammer in disguise, so it could just be
Jammer in disguise.
Jammer in disguise. It looks like that jammer in disguise is going to the penalty box before she scored 2 points.
But I did see, I saw it looked like Virginia's coach was calling an official review. So likely, I don't know. If I was coaching, I would guess that it's to maybe contest the call on the Virginia
She
jammer.
did come in kind of low, so maybe
Pivot
it could be a low block. We didn't catch the call. But the sign of the cheeseburger is up there, and or chicken sandwich or veggie burger if you're vegetarian.
Yeah, I am. So thanks for thinking of me.
No problem.
I want to tell you about Killer Pads. Killer Pads have been designing and constructing pads for top professional athletes for the last decade. Started by a longtime skater and a family-owned upholstery shop, 187 Killer Pads has since become the preferred choice of skaters worldwide. With its visionary designs and revolutionary systems, 187 Killer Pads continues to lead the way in raising industry standards and making protective gear better. You can follow them at www.187killerpads.com.
Samanthrax, and now I want a cheeseburger. I always want a cheeseburger too. You do not? You like the veggie burger?
Yep, but
as long as you got the burger part of it.
Black bean burgers are amazing.
Chad likes a black bean burger.
I enjoy a black bean burger as well.
Okay. Maine, we do have a lead change, I'm noticing.
Another lead change.
Another
I wish
lead
we were keeping
change.
track of the lead change. It's got to be about 7 or 8 throughout the whole game.
It is only 11, so, you know, in Derby Bingo, I don't know. I'm just not together enough to have Derby Bingo going yet, I guess. We're just over 5 minutes into the second period of the Maine-Virginia game. It has been a nail-biter.
It has. Like I said before, the first game of today, Ohio-North Carolina, was a nail-biter. This is also looking like it's going to be a nail-biter.
We're listening, so apologies. We're listening for what the official review might have been. We're going to... We're listening.
White 500 to not yield at the start, and the number was only called white 5-0, and when it was
So I see the coaches and the officials still sort of discussing things in the middle. So we are not rolling underway quite yet. I do see that Stunflower has taken the star for Maine, talking a Velocity Raptor there, maybe trying to coordinate something. Jumpy and Team Virginia trading smiles and laughs. What did they say?
It was contesting a different number was called. Someone said 50, and it was supposed to be 500 Beth Saltz on Maine. So they were contesting, and then because of the different name, a different number that was called, nothing was happening when the penalty was being called.
So running it long ended up shaking out well for Maine in that because, of course, there was a star pass to the pivot in the jam before. So it is a power start for Stunflower and Team Maine. Oh, a
Big
real
hit.
yeah.
A couple big hits by Black Skin Ninja. She could do it with the best of them.
Man, and that was just a shoulder. Like, whoa. Team Maine also says, like, whoa, let's take her out. Let's neutralize her to help her.
We got Black Bolt in the chat room. Yes, Ninja. Yes, indeed.
And again, Stunflower, Virginia able to do a phenomenal job killing that penalty for Team Maine with a power start. There is no lead yet. It'll be pretty incredible if Virginia can come out of the box about a minute in and still secure lead. We'll see what happens. We're all caught up in turn 3. Both teams playing really great defense, of course, because the jammers can't get out.
And of course, just as you say that, Shank makes a liar out of you, takes lead jam status for the first time.
Yeah, and well played there for Virginia. It's too bad Maine really could have used a capitalization or an exclamation point on that power start, but Virginia able to deflate them a little bit there.
Strong defense there by Ninja, Country Jam, and Raven. It looks like McNightmare out there as well.
And Shank on there on a scoring trip here has completed the initial trip. So who knows, we may see another lead change in this jam. We are in the 4th jam of the 2nd period.
4 points go up on the board there for Team Virginia.
Maine is successfully complete a helmet cover pass to Crum.
So after all that derby, all that defensive derby, only 4 points scored in that jam. 1 point difference between Virginia and Maryland and Maine.
Do you want to know what my favorite thing is?
What?
A close game.
Close game.
I love an underdog and I love a close game, and we have that right now.
Excuse me. Several lead changes as we got Smack Mamba
meowing him down. One sits in the box for Maine, so a pack advantage to Virginia.
And the go-to move for Smack Mamba, just a couple mini hops on the inside lane as she gets lead jam status for the 4th time. But hot on her heels is meowing them down.
And I think that is the first time Meow has not secured lead for Team Maine.
Was that 2 points at the end there, calls it off as Meow 'em down and that is yet another lead change, 75-74. Now
yet
in
another
favor
1 point game.
A 1 point game.
Still.
Yes.
People are biting their literal nails off.
Oh, Ruby Riot, don't bite your nails off. Woof, woof, woof. That's how you address Ruby Riot.
Okay. I believe you. All right, yeah. Sketchy Lou Weasel has donned the helmet cover with the star for Team Maine for the first time tonight. Sketchy Lou Weasel did do some jamming yesterday for Team Maine. And Skate Monster, who has done a lot of jamming for Team Virginia today.
Yes. She seems to be the Smack Skate show.
Yes.
Starting out every rotation.
Ninja. Oh. Boy, a very hard hit on Sketchy Lou Weasel. Bounty from the county skates right in front of our announcer table. Wow,
And
Virginia.
in all that ruckus, Skate Monster takes lead jam status.
Oh,
Apex
man!
hop on the inside. 4 points go up on the board.
That was like breathing.
You know, one of my favorite things.
What?
A beautiful apex jump.
Oh, and a pile up in turn 1 here. A couple, so what's interesting is that there was clearly some low blocks there, but because everyone fell, the impact wasn't advantageous
Yeah,
to
it was
any
spread out.
Yeah.
Another 4 goes up on the board from Skate Monster. This could be the opportunity that Virginia needs. It looks like Lou Weasel is
Yeah, it looks like Team Maine is really working. So I saw Velocity Raptor, and they're playing some offense. Velocity Raptor controlling the pack of Team Maine skaters, saying, come here, let's get to the front. And I'm worried, yeah. I think that's going to be a power jam in favor of Virginia. A forearm penalty called on Sketchy Louisville. That is not what Maine needed right now.
No, especially with another 4 points going up on the board from Skate Monster. She's at 16 points for this jam.
Wow. And oh my goodness, attempts a little hop at the other apex. Of course, landed a beautiful, you have the replay right now, a beautiful apex jump right over the leg of Velocity Raptor. Bounty from the county slides in behind and is like, no. Let's watch it again because it's so pretty. It's so fast. So 92, that was another big jam for Virginia. A
17-point jam there from Skate Monster.
And that's in addition to a 20-point jam in their first jam of the second half. So that's 37 points right there, which,
Smack Mamba with their 5th lead jam status.
And Virginia really, in the first half, there was a lot of trading of leads. That's Dottie Danger with a really hard block on Smack Mamba. Ugh, I wouldn't want to be facing that main wall personally. And they're my teammates. So everybody's going back. Sketchy Louisville has been released from the penalty box. But what I was going to say before that major hit was in the first half, they were trading lead back and forth. Nobody had, a lot of leads in a row. And Virginia has changed that here in the second half.
So it's 4 points, additional 4 points for Smack Mamba and Virginia, bringing Smack Mamba's total to 40. Virginia's total to 96. 96-76. 20-point lead for Virginia. Just over 7 minutes left in the game.
Shout out to Velocity Raptor for her name. But yes, people are talking on Twitch. Thanks so much to Low Life Skate Shop and Chad from Nerd Derby, all of whom we could not do this broadcast without. We are headed into we are in the middle of, Jam 8.
As we got Shank wearing the star.
Once again, we are at Battle of the All-Stars 2020 roller derby tournament that's very unique to roller derby. Hard Dash is back out on the track here for Maine,
and
wearing the star.
She's going to have an advantage. 2 blockers from Virginia are down in the penalty box. And 1 left to beat, and she takes her 5th lead jam status.
Dash signals to the official. Do I get lead? Hello? Do I get lead? And does get lead.
And we got a star pass to the pivot, number 23, Black Skin Ninja.
But Dash going to try and make... Yep, and is able to make all 4 points while having a blocker disadvantage on Virginia's side.
But Ninja comes back with 4 of her own.
Yeah, Ninja, even with only 2 blockers in the box, 2 on the track, one of them being Ninja, that is still not an easy situation to get yourself out of.
No, and you thought she hits hard while she's blocking. Wait till she hits hard while jamming as well.
So Maine is going to run it. We'll see how this pans out right now. Maine it's an 8-8, so a neutralized jam. 104, Virginia, 84, Maine. We have just 5 minutes left in this contest, and it has been a really good one this morning. Here's a replay. Oh, my goodness, that is Tunflower. Just kind of a nonchalant knock. Ready, set, go. Ha! All right, here we go. I'm trying to see who is jamming.
Skate Monster for Virginia and meowing them down for Maine, and she breaks on through to the other side, Jim Morrison style. That is 6th lead jam status for Meow. Nifty little move there.
Oh,
but
Dottie Danger, one-on-one blocking. That was
It
fun
looked like
to watch.
looked like Skate Monster had the go ahead, and Dottie just came out of nowhere and said, "You got to work for it."
Dottie does that. 3 points from Maine. Okay. Oh, yep. 3 points for Maine, and none for Virginia. This is still anybody's game with only 4 minutes left, but Maine needs to make some defensive stops
And like you
here.
said, it can be done because what broke this game open was a 17-point jam by Skate Monster, and that is the differential, 17
Whoa.
points. So,
Meta.
right, Jinx, ooh, Twilight Zone stuff. It looks like we got a timeout. Virginia's going to take some time, talk it over.
And Maine has 1 clock stoppage left. I'm still confused about exactly why they used both of their timeouts in the first half. I'm sure I'll find out later. We will take this opportunity to tell you all about Battle of the All-Stars. We are so lucky to bring this to you. It is only once a year. Of course, it is state teams composed of multiple leagues in their states. Our tournament organizer and founder of Battle of the All-Stars is Vanessa Vidiva Seitz, a familiar name in the roller derby world. Game tournament oversight, Chip Shear and Samantha Temple. Tournament head referee, Chris Brace and Whitney Freemasser. Tournament head NSO, Coconut Chanel and Dan Atkinson. Tournament head photographer, Andrew Keys. Tournament head announcers, Gretchen Little and Kent the Politician Smith. Tournament bracket rules, policies, and procedures by Caitlin Estes. Social media is Chad Newt, right next to me. And the head of registration and team wrangler is Samantha Flowers.
I didn't know you had to sing his name.
I didn't either. I don't know why I did, honestly.
All
I'm
right.
not a great singer.
We got Smack Mamba for Virginia back out there, your point leader at 40 points.
And thank you, Sasha. There is one province from Canada here at Battle of the All-Stars.
Yes, 19, what was it? 17 states, 1 province.
The politician has been announcing house Bujitsu so far.
Yeah, he did the first game of today, Ohio. Any Ohio game is where Kent the Politician will be on the internet stream.
Smack Mamba. Oh, man. Maine down to 1 blocker. Pivot turned jammer. Dash and Bounty are going to wall up here to try and stop Smack Mamba. Maine's coach, Bobaruski, is saying, go, 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 go.
And looks like 4 more points go up on the board for Smack Mamba.
All right, Hedda is bracing hard dash. Together, they are able to recycle Smack Mamba out of bounds twice. Now Crazy Ness has joined them. Sketchy Lou Weasel, who was the pivot turned jammer, is now playing as a defensive jammer for Team Maine. Crazy Ness with the drawback after the hit out by hard dash. So I don't know if this is really in favor of Maine right now. The clock is in favor of Virginia, so I'm not really sure why they're making this choice. But there's about 2 minutes. There's 10 seconds left in this jam. So, you know, if... All right, I stand corrected. However, right now, Maine has to be able to secure lead because we're under 2 minutes in the period. Maine is going to start on a power jam here and a full blocking, full contingency of blockers for both teams. Of course, Virginia has their jammer is going to start in the box. So that was a risk for both teams, really. I think Virginia was trying to do some clock management. Mm-hmm. Maine was risking it by playing their jammer as a blocker. It ended up working out for Maine.
The risk paid off for Maine, and you are correct. Smack wasn't taking her time getting back to the back of the pack. They were chipping away some time, and it did work out for them but it worked out even better for Maine.
Right, and you know, if you're gonna waste the clock, sometimes the best choice is to not really engage as the jammer, because you do risk getting a penalty and going to the box. That's always the risk on running it long, I think. So we have Donna Bad Thing saying, "Come on, Virginia defense," and we all know, because this is a power jam, the only thing Virginia has to do right now is stop meowing them down.
But the Virginia defense out there is the Black Skin Ninja and Raven Darkhold. We got T and we got Pretty Gritty. Quite the defense there for Team Virginia, especially if Ninja and Raven are on it.
Yeah, and this is a pretty hand-picked blocking squad for Maine as well. But I'm unsure exactly what's happening there. Maybe are springing the. I'm unsure. It looks like Head of Flame is headed to the box. Unclear if Smack Mamba has been removed, so it is not a power start for Virginia. The call must have been overturned. Do they have a similar number, I wonder? And Smack Mamba is like, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go again.
Let's do it again.
I got a little bit of a rest. A minute 27 left in this contest.
And Ruby in the chat, I agree. I like that Virginia D-line as well.
So now we have put it in the hands of Dottie, Danger, Jumpy, McGee, and Crumb for Team Maine's defense. Meowing them down for the offensive piece of Jammer.
T comes out of nowhere, tries to contain Meow.
Yeah, both teams really need to focus on getting lead here. Oh,
Track
no.
cut on Meow.
That'll do it. But Maine should be incredibly proud.
And as that happened, the second death knell, as long as no penalties are happening for Smack Mamba or any.
Yeah, and again, right, I just said that. Maybe ease off a little bit. You have time in favor of you. You have lead in favor of you. This does not count for ranking points. You could win by 1 point. You just need to win. Dottie does a nice recycle on Smack Mamba, but again, Smack Mamba doesn't really need to do much right now. Meow stashes the helmet cover, gets through on the initial trip. Gonna try and do what she can with the time that's still left. There is a difference between the jam time and the period clock.
See, a track cut is called on Smack Mamba.
So no one will be able to call off this jam.
35 seconds left on the jam clock. Jam clock takes over now.
And Meow has points in the pocket here. That's 8. 99 to 112. It's still a really tall order in 20 seconds.
But anything can happen. Virginia defense needs to lock down Meow and down.
That was nice teamwork by Ninja NT. Meow playing it smart, knowing she didn't need to recycle all the way back there. I think time is going to run out for Team Maine in this one, but what a game we've witnessed.
Yeah, got a little hairy at the end there, but it looks like Team Virginia will take the Duke. We do not know the unofficial score yet.
So
we'll
116 to 103 is the unofficial score. People are saying that a lot of the games have been great. I think so too, but my particular favorite has been this one so far.
This has been, I did enjoy this one, not just because I was calling it, not just because I know Team Virginia very well, not just because I get to call it with you, but it was also.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, no problem.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Last but not least.
I saved it towards the end. You have to save the best one for last.
So we do have that as the official final score right now. Virginia 116, Maine putting up a strong fight as the underdog here with 103. Very fun bout to watch.
It was indeed. And again, got a little hairy there towards the end. Things could have happened, but at the end, Team Virginia takes it.
Yep, and it could have gone either way there at the end. A lot of jammer penalties right at the very end. Oh, yeah. We're going to do MVPs.
We're going to do MVPs.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I agree with
I
these. Why don't you go ahead and
I
announce?
completely agree. First for Team Maine, your MVP is number 93, Crumb. And for Team Virginia, your MVP with 44 points, number 7, the Kiss of Death, Smack Mamba.
Yeah, really well played. Everything out there for both of these teams. I'm being nimble. I'm here with
I am the New Jersey Knight.
NJ,
Yeah,
New Jersey.
Yeah, NJ.
Yeah,
New
but
Jersey.
also, okay.
I'm the New Jersey Knight. Or NJ for short.
Yeah, and so New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you and you and you. With 7 different lengths and pockets, she's sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options, she's got you covered. Please see sociopath.ca/nerd for 10% off your next order. Thanks for watching Roller Derby with us.